Right, let's give this a shot, see if we can get it all set up. We'll do the audio first, so let me know if you can hear me alright. If you can, from there what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll set the game audio and stuff like that. Hey Obi-Wan, how's it going? This, I need to say it every so often, this is a sponsored stream. I've been given a copy of the game early by Square Enix, which I'm quite surprised I still got a copy of it with my criticism of Avengers, but they gave me a copy early. So that's pretty cool. No worries, dude. Enjoy your work. Yeah, just having a nice wee break, RT. To be honest, I kind of feel like I could do a longer one. Can you hear me good? Good stuff. From there, what we can decide as well is I'm actually on chapter 3. So it's whether or not we keep playing or we go back to chapter 1 and start at the beginning. I will say the first two chapters are really pretty slow. They're good, but they're really pretty slow. So if you want to see a fair amount of combat, I don't know if they're the best chapters to actually show off. Let me just fix my glasses here. I won't do it too long this stream. I'm not going to play the whole game either. So if you're going to play it tomorrow, you can have a look at it. My glasses are even more smudged now. There we go. Right. It seems good. I'm enjoying it. Like the actual humour and comedy in it is absolute perfection. They've completely nailed it. Like the script and the humour is as good as the film. To be honest, it really is. Like, Drax is awesome. Their bickering is really great. I think then, unless there's anyone that really objects to it, I think we're probably going to start where I am at the moment on chapter 3, because this is where I think the combat will kick in a bit more. And as mentioned, the first two chapters are very story based and definitely on the slower side. Does Avengers Campaign and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 sound about right? I don't even know what I would compare it to at this point. The best thing for me to do is play it and you can actually see it. Once again, it is a sponsored stream, thanks to Square Enix for the copy of it. What we'll do now is we'll get into the game and we'll get the audio levels right. I've currently got them set at 50%, which is sounding pretty loud at my end, but how does it sound? Let's try these. How's it sounding when I'm talking and we're firing them at the same time?
I do not see what explosives have to do
Let me
with
know.
our current position.
I want to get the balance right because you really want to hear the chat that's going on with the characters as well, because it is really good. For me, it's been one of the highlights so far. And it is just random that I'm wearing a Guardians of the Galaxy t-shirt today. I put that on this morning and before I even had the game. So yeah, it's just random. I didn't get that or anything. Yeah, I suppose like kind of Mass Effect, quite story driven and combat thrown in.
So, what's the
combat and upgrades, they feel a little bit limited from what I've seen so far. Hopefully it'll open up a bit more.
I do not see
Game is loud, no worries. Right, so we're going to settings. Audio, I'll pull it down even further. We'll pull it down to 25 and then let me know from there. As I say, I really want to get the balance right because I'm wanting you to hear the chat that's going on in the game as well. So it is really good. Let me just fire this off. All the elemental guns. Reload. The reload system, you see that there when you fill up your elemental gun and you reload. It's a bit like Gears of War, if I remember right, and if you time it right, you get a quicker reload. I'll go down here for now anyway, and we'll see how we get on. Curious actually, do we have... I just realised I don't have chat coming up on screen. What's that?
It was not pertinent to our task. Can we at least wait it out in the Milano?
We're not wasting time.
I'm not sure why I get chat not coming up on screen, but you know what, I'm not going to mess around with it if it's working, because I always have trouble when it comes to streaming. Bet our game's still loud. Let me just pull it down another few notches. Where are we? Settings, audio. It's really strange, all the... I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, but if you go into... Can I do it from here? If you go into all the difficulty settings, you can change an absolute ton. Like, you can change the amount of damage you do, you can change the amount of damage you take and so on, so you can set up like a custom difficulty, which is really interesting. I'm playing it in hard, so I can't tweak anything, otherwise it goes into the custom difficulty. Yeah, I think 15% would be about right. Let's try it and we'll see.
Some of us are soaking here.
Less
I've
whining,
got
more
a few uniforms. Let me show you. I don't have many. So I've got this one here. Looks pretty cool. Looks a bit odd for me, but it looks pretty cool. And then we've also got this one here. I'm not quite sure at this point how I get the DLC costumes, because I did get the it's like the limited edition or whatever it is you call it. Let's see. Let's build morale here. It's definitely not. Well, the audio's perfect. Good stuff. It's definitely not like an Uncharted type game in where it's just all out action. And I was saying that Uncharted does have like exploration and stuff like that, but there's definitely a lot more slower movements in it, or slower moments in it even.
Okay, guys, if we just keep our footing, you'll be a
Here.
straight shot across.
We got this.
You got your visor you can activate as well. So I think that means over there, let's change that consumable.
Wanna get hit by lightning.
I would not expect a Chitauri trader to understand the underlying value.
It
Does look gorgeous as well. It's whenever you play a game, you never get to see how nice it actually looks properly via stream with it being compressed and so on, but it looks a lot better than the first initial kind of videos and so on we've seen where it looked really blurry and so on. But it looks sharp as hell. This is on PS5 as well. Will I be rating your Star-Lord build tomorrow? I don't think there's much you can do build-wise, to be honest. Turn this up just so I can hear it as well.
So we're still doing this.
Hey, how's it going, Joe?
Guys, focus.
What's this?
Keep
What's
an
that?
eye
Oh,
out on
what's
those
happening
big
here?
blue ones and take cover when they hit, or we'll get blown right off.
That was close. Come on. There we go.
I thought you lived for danger.
Yeah, I've actually never played The Last of Us, which I know is pretty awful, but God of War definitely. Slower moments and so on, but exploration. Whereas rather than exploration in this, it's mainly linear, so it's not really exploration. Can I make it? Yep, just made it in time. It's more story moments that kind of slow it down, and then it's back into the combat again. Combat feels pretty simple so far, but I do know with the elemental gun you can get the various different elements. I don't have any of them at the moment. Oh, let's see what's happening now. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the second Last of Us. I've kind of read about the story and stuff like that. I don't like the sounds of what they've done with it at all, so I don't think I'd bother with the second one. The first one I have heard is amazing. The second one's obviously a game that is very controversial. People either love it or hate it. There's almost no in-betweens with it.
We weren't friends.
Let's see what they're saying here. Because the chat in the game is without a doubt a big highlight. The enemies are really weird as well.
Not sure.
So far it's all been like strange round squidgy stuff, and now we've got like a squidgy blob.
Be wary, Rudy.
You know what? I survived freaking Half-World. I think I'm
I
scared.
think that's the style they're going for though, is like very colourful, over the top, because the levels I've seen so far have been like that. But here we go. I think it's soon you maybe get your cryo blaster, potentially. Pretty sure when we've seen videos at this point you had it. Okay. So if we hold down L1 we can then activate characters. So let's call in Drax here, hit that one. Let's see, so Drax can lift that up. There we go, let's call in Rocket. So each of the 4 characters gets 4 different abilities as well, and they do have like different uses. You have some that will be like crowd control, for example. Let's start that reload. You have some that will be crowd control, you have some that will be more about damage, like Gamora for example, and Groot, not surprisingly, is your crowd control character. There you go. You can see he wraps him up. You unlock them just as the game goes on. So in total, I suppose, for your companions you have 16 powers, 4 powers per companion. I messed up, I had to reload again. Let's just send down Drax here. There you go. I believe, possibly if I can remember right, Drax is all about getting their shields down and Gamora's about finishing them off. Rocket's good for AoE, as you can see there. with the settings I've got, you can set it up. Start the reload. Ignore it. You can set it up so that the combat actually stops completely when you're doing the moves of your Guardians, but then it takes it into custom difficulty and not hard. And I want to play through the whole thing in hard. I've no idea if you get anything if you unlock maybe an additional costume for doing hard, but that's what I'm wanting to play through it on. Do that in all games, to be honest. Not that I'm trying to say I'm an elite gamer or anything, but always like a challenge. Off it. Oof, just a fair amount of damage took there. More of this time. A lot of time to take these down actually.
Peter, can you get to him?
I really messed up the reload there big time. So you've got your active reload, but it's hard to do when you're streaming, to be honest. When you're trying to concentrate on chat. Watch that. Let's send down Drax this time. Takes down the shield. Right, it's the first time that's happened for me. So areas do feel like kind of self-contained arenas as well. It's not as if you're exploring and the enemies are moving from different area when you're fighting them. You have your story, you'll have your arena. Whoops. Let's send in group here a second. Crowd control him, get up Gamora. Yeah, so you've got all your like kind of self-contained arenas. You have a fight and then you go back into story and so on, and cutscenes, and then back into yeah, blaming streaming for my skills. I'm not good at multitasking, definitely not at the moment. My head feels like it's up my bum, to be honest, at the moment. I've been playing a lot of slower paced games as well recently, Colours Eternity and so on. There we go. I'll get the active reload right one of these times. Right, so you can see there's something Drax can lift again. There he is. Throws it, knocks them. Let's go for Drax again. There we go. You can't switch between party members, unfortunately. That was the big thing that really put me off it. It doesn't feel that bad though, considering you can't do that. When I first heard they were making a Guardians game and you were just Star-Lord, you couldn't play the other characters, I was like, what the hell are they doing? But the level of control you have over the other Guardians feels decent. And it just makes it a different game from the likes of Avengers. It's a very single player story based game. Shoot all this and it should unlock something. You'll get secret unlockables and levels as well, like costumes and so on, because I'll show it here, if I can get the settings right. I've actually got the MCU costume for Groot. So here is the costume in the game, which actually looks really good, and I think I prefer it. And then here is the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first film costume. That's the one I've got on him at the moment. Yeah, ever since I had COVID, mate, my head's been absolutely screwed. Right, so we send in Drax, that's going to move this. I think it's going to make me slightly dyslexic as well. I find I'm reading a lot of stuff and I'm reading completely wrong words. Really weird. Right, here we go, head up here now. So you have got your visor as well for scanning. So I think the scanning's used mainly if there's a puzzle about, so you can see kind of what elements you would use. There's nothing too in depth. You don't get points for scanning things or anything like that.
Maybe if we could lower that wing somehow.
Let's have a little look. Go, I think we can destroy this. Is that coming down yet? No, not yet. Ah, there we go. Right, so we need to send Rocket now.
Alright, Rocket. That wing control panel's all yours. It still works.
So basically with other Guardians, as much as you're not controlling them, you're using them to either do certain moves in combat, or you're using them to kind of solve puzzles. None of the puzzles are that complicated, to be honest. think from
Don't
one of the
sound like
early
no jelly thing.
trailers. You get big kind of wolf things here potentially. Let's just have a look. Oh, what's that there? Johnny Bravo here, yeah. I thought he looked really stupid when I first seen the trailer, and his hair does look a bit stupid as well. But I actually quite like like in some of the cutscenes when it zooms in his face and so on, and you see the character model, it does look really nice. And it doesn't bother me the fact that they're not. Let's go down here actually, there's some collectibles. It doesn't bother me that they're not the MCU characters at all. Drax actually sounds a fair bit like Batista. I would say Rocket does as well. Like your big differences are Gamora and Star-Lord are the ones that are the most different from the MCU. But they're still done well. They're just a different take on them. But Drax is awesome. Same with Rocket. There is a funny bit earlier on where he's saying to there's this young girl and she's like a prison guard or something, and he's like, "You're not too young to be a guard," and she says, "You're not too old to have that hair." So they do make a little joke about the fact he's got
Careful.
the haircut he does
something
have.
big moved through here.
Right, what way are we going? Let's head up. Is that footprints? Oh yeah, it is. Not actually seen that before, isn't it? Unknown quadruped imprint, caution advised.
Majestic. And everything's trying to kill you sort of way, sure.
If you see anything with claws the size of Drax, let me know.
Hey, how's it going, David, mate?
Had our monster. What's she tracking this thing
I'm
for?
back.
For sports.
Nothing wrong with
For a little while
sport.
anyway.
A girl has to keep busy.
You are looking for trouble, assassin.
I can hear stuff in the background. Fighting them soon enough.
Ooh, mysterious.
Right, let's have a
Yeah,
look.
some kind of cave. Maybe it's got hidden treasure.
Or hidden bodies.
Please don't let there be a space baron here. And hello, mystery goo.
Yeah, let's have a little scan. What's that there?
Monster eggs. Yay. Okay, so note to self. If it looks like a monster cave and smells like a monster cave,
Don't actually got that
you're on a
far
monster planet.
into it. He's talked about the fact his mum's died to a character, and he said, I can't remember what he said when it was his dad. I think he just said either he doesn't know or he's not on the scene. Cheers, David. Yeah, okay, so we need to get the active reload right here. There we go. When you do two, reload again. There we go. I think there's anything else in this cave, is there? No. Right, let's head out here. It's definitely very linear. You've got your. Here we go. Whoops. Bugger. Need to get these out of my own. This will be fun. You've got, as you can see, like your relatively linear exploration leading into your smaller combat zones. And you can lock on enemies. You hold down your left trigger and you lock on. So you're only really, it feels like you're taking on one enemy at a time. There we go, I got it right that time. You can see the active reload does a lot more damage, so you really need to concentrate on that. There we go, got it again. What's this? Definitely feels basic at the moment, the combat. Your ability point.
Wait, so
Go
where
for
are
that in a
you?
minute. But once you get your elemental guns, I got to play around with the cryo one.
Nice.
Because I got to play the game early about a month or so ago. I got to play 2 hours of it. And you had the cryo gun in that demo.
Stop worrying.
And that was activated via the D-pad, so imagine you'll get 4 elements.
Loud if you find another blob creature.
You know I will.
Hey, listen, while it's just the two of us.
What's up?
I've been covering, in regards to early access, I've been covering like Avengers for the last year or so. So I've got various contacts with that, and Square Enix, same company. So they were advertising there were codes available, reached out, and I got a code.
You done exploring, Quill? Cause I really need to talk to you.
Where should I be going here?
Where's
I don't know
Groot?
if I'm heading
I
back
told
out
him to
again.
wait up there. He may may need to get between the other two. The rate they're going at it.
At least he's got long arms.
Strange, surprised there's not a costume or something in that area. I wonder if I actually missed one.
We're fine. You worry too much.
Still no sign of whatever made those claw marks?
No.
I don't know. At
just some
first,
jelly
my
dudes.
request for a code get declined. After I actually got invited to the studio to come and see the game, but because I couldn't go, they had a streaming software. I could stream it and play it for 2 hours. But obviously recently I've been pretty critical of Avengers, and I've stepped away from the VIP program, so when I applied for a code it got declined, and I was thinking, oh, yeah, here we go. However, I kind of messaged the person that normally deals with it, just asking them what was up, and they activated it for me. So I'm not being blacklisted just yet. Let's give it time.
Turn back every time we ain't wanted to. We never go in.
The reviews for this seem to be really good. I can't actually see what that's saying. When in doubt, activate the visor. What should I be doing here? It looks like the kind of ones that normally I just shoot.
This place is a flarkin' maze. All those trees look like...
Like giant strings of saltwater taffy.
What? What's taffy?
It's sweet and delicious, and it melts in your mouth.
And looks like a tree, apparently.
Hey Devil, appreciate it mate.
Salted water.
Love your content,
No,
it's Marvel
it's
Heroes.
just
Are you
the
still playing
name.
Marvel Strike Force? No. Quite at 8 million TCP. I think I was running about the same. Definitely no regrets quitting either. Yeah, the old April Fool's video, I enjoyed doing that one. With the Tony Bing branded taggers and stuff like that. Right, let me see. With this here, stuff like this, generally you just power up your guns, shoot, recharge.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Not allowing me to do it.
What's the weirdest monster you guys
I'll try it a few times.
I once saw a brood transformed regalia.
Right, one
wearing
more
a
time.
car parasite.
You fit a lot of teeth into a head that big.
You have no idea.
Am I going to be stuck here? I think I might be. What the heck? How did I get through here? Ah, wait a minute.
Good
Let's
thing
see.
we have a plant guy to take care of a plant problem.
Ah, there we go.
He says plants aren't problems.
No, right, let's try Drax. He'll probably
Drax,
chop
take
his
this
way
to the
through it.
side from Lady Hellbender.
We are clearly not wanted on this planet.
No? Let's try Gamora.
Can you get us through here, Gamora?
There we
Whatever
go.
it takes
She's
to
going to
find
chop it
Hellbender.
down.
Her name is Lady.
I can't believe how long I was shooting that for there.
Gamora.
If we want an audience with her, we will have to start showing some respect.
This from the guy who calls me Harlot Spawn of Thanos.
An accurate description.
Right,
all
let's
know
see.
which Harlot
Focus
Spawn
team,
first.
defend Gamora.
What about her sister
Let's
Nebula?
go for a refocus
Guys,
team.
monster planet, dark, dangerous. Can we focus here?
Are you frightened of monsters, Peter Quill?
Only the
So it
scary
looks like
ones.
Gamora's kind of joined the
We'll
team
need to find a way out of this
quite
jungle.
recently in this, and it's really funny because Drax just keeps
Would
giving
you
her a
rather be
really
wed
hard
than
time.
lost?
Not
All the time of
particularly.
being this untrustworthy assassin. Hopefully we'll see some funny kind of interactions. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Rocket. Wonder what that was there.
Dead end. That's just great.
Wait, is that Shatari Tech over there?
Ask the Chitauri.
No, it is.
So most of you pre-ordered it then for tonight.
Too bad the controls
Just
are
a
on
few
the other
hours to
side
go.
of the giant chasm.
What do you do not have time to dawdle in this jungle? I shall hurl the creature over the chasm so he may
Right, what we're going to do.
I may
Seen this in one of the
activate
trailers.
hole through your face.
I won't throw him because in the trailer you see him getting thrown.
Me
Let's see.
down.
Ah, no, screw it. Encourage
You'll be
Drax.
fine. Just curl up in a ball.
What?
Drax, throw him.
No.
Very well.
It's okay.
Drax is too much fun not to encourage.
I guess that only applies to cats.
You sons of dogs! Scut-busting ass!
I am not familiar with these words.
Filthy grunt scum! But
I think he's making them up. He's really pissed.
You can rot, you free-bagging flarkhole!
At least he's not shooting at us. He missed on purpose, right?
Order the beast to do its job.
Rocket,
No
come
pre-order.
on, man.
Cram it,
I suppose that is pretty risky doing pre-orders these days, definitely with kind of recent Marvel games.
I want 10.
Okay, deal.
I'm really enjoying this
Take
so
it
far,
out of
but I've not
Groot's
seen
gut, he
enough.
doesn't
This is only
understand
chapter
money
3.
anyway.
I kind of feel I've hardly even scratched the surface so far in regards to the combat. Feeling basic at the moment, but the interactions with the team and the world building is awesome. It's really good.
Hear that?
Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. What the hell are these? New tutorial momentum. What is momentum? Let's see. Momentum represents how efficient you are in combat. The more varied and effective your moves are. Right, okay. So don't just keep spamming the same move. Yeah, pre-ordering stuff's too risky these days, isn't it? Right, let's go for Drax first. Whoops, I went for Star-Lord, activated his. By mistake. Definitely find the controls a little bit on the odd side. Could just be me, but
It'll be a slice.
let's slow down the Drax. Or Gamora even. Hey Joseph. Right, let's now go for rocket. Grenades. There we go, I made that right. You can punch stuff as well. There we go. Do kicks. I don't think it's doing much damage though, especially. This is on hard, which is why I'm taking a ton of damage. Probably going to get beaten at this bit here. Whoops. Did it? No, not yet. Oh, look at health here. Come on, come health.
Anyone else notice this place looks like a graveyard?
Let's put one rocket. This is definitely on the harder side, this bit. Pretty concentrate for a second here. Go, nailed it. Gamora. Oof. Jesus.
You're on your own. I thought Drax destroyed.
I really need my elemental guns. Cryo and so on to slow people down. Okay, let's go for Drax. See, Drax mean crit. Yeah, we've got it. What's this here we can do? Nice. You get an awesome kind of team move you can do as well. I probably had the bar charged up there, so I'll keep an eye out for it. Where he huddles everyone together and he kind of charges them all up.
Look around. There must be a path here somewhere.
Right, let's have a look. So we've got this here.
The statues here didn't
Nothing
walk into
doing over
place.
there.
They
What's
were
up here?
carried.
Let's have a quick look.
By whom?
You want to explore because that's how you unlock the costumes in this. There's no kind of microtransaction nonsense. You unlock the costumes just through playing. So I'm hoping you get one for finishing it on hard as well. Right, let's try Groot.
Groot, vines are your thing, right?
No?
He says he asked already. They don't know the way.
Right, let's send down
Alright,
Gamora again.
Pretty sure
Yep.
it's this way.
50 units says it ain't.
Let me actually change costume as well. Don't have many, but we'll go for this one for a little change.
No
pretty
way
slick.
are we almost there. Still got like half a planet to walk across.
Lady Hellbender could cross this jungle in 7 strides,
Sure she could.
or she would have flown over the mountains.
So make up a
Oh,
legend.
she flies
Question
now.
Drax.
Drax, some of your Lady Hellbender tidbits are questionable.
You can say
Drax
that
seems to
again.
be a bit
Or
obsessed with
less
Lady Hellbender.
questionable than your flying skills, Peter Quill.
He's got you there.
Same again.
Gamora,
Gamora.
mind cutting us a path?
They say that Lady Hellbender feels it every time you cut a piece of her jungle.
An old Nova bomber.
Oh, here we go. You can
Haven't
see
seen
those
one of
big
these since the
kind of.
war. I remember it used to
Is
take
it?
a
No, it's
dozen
not dog
ships to
things.
bring one down.
A dozen ships, or one Chitauri.
I do know we fight two big kind of
I'll
dog
take that one
bosses
as
from
a
the videos I've seen.
Still no sign of the fortress?
No,
They'll probably be coming up soon.
or this is the right way.
Yes.
Now
heck?
what's the holdup?
Fear.
No. Just
Ah,
thinking
that's
someone else should cross the death pit first. Me and Groot are the merchandise.
Only one of you is the merchandise.
Plan A
Cool.
and Plan B, okay?
I do hope that you do need to do it on hard or something to unlock like some pretty cool looking costumes, something to work towards.
Leaders usually cross first.
Not if it's dangerous. Because I need to cover everyone.
Right.
Once again, I'll just mention, playing early thanks to Square Enix providing a copy of the game in the early access as well.
Do not even think of pushing the assassin.
There are so many better ways to kill
And I mentioned
someone.
already, it was just chance I had this t-shirt on today. All my t-shirts are Marvel ones, so this one was clean in the drawer and it worked out pretty well. Didn't even really realise, to be honest. Nice.
Heroic.
Groot says there's something down there.
Monster.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
It's unstable either way. Just move.
I've not really fought any big bosses or anything yet, it's all been... Oops. I messed that up. Yeah, I messed that up. It's all been smaller enemies, so I'm wondering if you do fight kind of larger ones that will fill up the screen. Right, let's try that again. Shit, I messed up again. I pressed it too early there. Let's see. Third time lucky. There we go. P6 gauge, how's it going, mate? That was not too bad. Only 3 times there.
Nice catch.
You're welcome. Don't get used to it.
Peter Quill,
Okay, more
you're
slimes.
not alone here.
I got it.
Oh, shit. I'll try and do that huddle move I was talking about. Because I've got streamer mode on, there won't be any licensed tracks, but when I done it in one of the trailers, you do huddle mode, and then White Wedding by, is it Billy Idol, is that right? Not Billy Idol, what's his name again? White Wedding, that song, starts playing, and it was absolutely amazing when it happened, but it will just be, because it's streamer version of the game I'm playing, it will just be songs they've actually made, so I don't get like hit with a copyright strike or anything. So some enemies have multiple health bars. When you deplete one bar, its marker vanishes, revealing the next one, so all markers are gone. That's self-explanatory. Right, here we go. Let's use Drax to slow it down. I'm enjoying it so far, 6 gauge, definitely. Let me do this fight and then I'll talk a bit more about it. I'm playing it hard at the moment, and it's still relatively early in the game, so I don't have a lot of kind of utility. Billy Idol, yeah, that's the one. White Wedding played, I was like, oh wow, this is awesome. I think if you are a big comic book geek, more so than MCU, and also reload right, and you're kind of person around about my age, liking your 80s music, then you really enjoy it, because there's a lot of kind of 80s tracks in it. Okay, let's send down Gamora, send down Drax. Ah shit, let's reload up. Yeah, Rocket does look great. The style of all of them look good. I think the weakest is maybe Gamora. But I think it's just used to what we're used to. Let's see the tracks. This track's riding on the back of that. Groot's done really well. Rocket's done great. Drax is awesome. I'm absolutely loving Drax in it so far. There we go. Groot. You can see that the binds round him. Actually slowing him down. What's this? When the prompt appears, press triangle to trigger a call to action attack.
I see it.
Oh, nice. Oh, that was cool. Right, so let's see if your momentum gauge is active, a call to action prompt. Okay, so momentum was all about kind of keeping up the flow of combat, not getting hit and doing different moves. Okay, it's run off. I do know at some point you fight 2 of them, which will be fun. Might even be now.
Stumpy's running away.
I still forgot to do that
That its tail between its legs.
special move where you do the huddle. It's not going to be as good though without the 80s track, but
I
I'll
say we
do
go
it
after
anyway.
it.
Next
Finish the
chance I
job.
get.
Anyone ever tell you you're scary?
Let's have a look.
Yes.
I mean, there's obviously a way out up there, which is exactly.
It's definitely want to explore a little bit, but there's not a
go.
massive amount of scope for exploration or anything like that. There may be one little path away to the side which you might miss, and it won't take you very far, but there might be a costume or some of the crafting materials at the end of it. Don't think there's anything really doing. Let's just check up here.
This planet is no place for carrying.
Nah, we can't go up here. Right, nothing doing
Hard
this
enough
part.
to land here, let alone scour the surface for scrap.
Let's head into the next
Perhaps
area
your
then.
magical mask can relieve us of this senseless searching, Peter Will.
Will you stop calling it that?
There we go.
Looks like there's one of those
Crafting
Vengeance
table.
workbench
This way you
things
can
back
see
there.
this. Definitely pretty limited. You're not going to be crafting your own
Rocky, let's see if
weapons
this
or
thing
anything like
still
that.
works.
Yeah, all right.
Let's
Better
see.
not get jumped by any
So
monsters.
in regards to your elemental gun, it's only 4 perks that I can see. You can quickly tap with R2 to do a heavier shot. You can negate the cooldown period when the guns overheat. That's using active reload. Firing rate doubled when health drops low, and then attract enemy drops. And then you've got your suit, so you can up your shield regeneration, your health. Not much down there. And then you've got your visor, so you can scan enemies in combat. I don't know what the actual reason behind that is. So crafting is definitely really pretty
where are we?
basic.
Waiting for you so that we can scale this contraption. Ah,
Where should we go down?
Right.
Let's head back out here a second.
Maybe this Hell Lady is some old war hero and she can get Nova off our backs. Starting to wonder if I should be the one with the
Let's
fancy
see, so we can
visor.
climb
I
that
wouldn't
for
trust a thing you said.
Gamora actually.
Gamora, how
Go.
high up this thing can you climb?
Let's find out.
are you relishing this moment, assassin?
What moment?
Visiting the grave of your enemies.
Nova Corps weren't my enemies, Drax. They were my father's enemies.
You hear Drax
What's
in the
taking
background
so
there.
long?
I can reach, how to do it? You can reach Gamora's hand by jumping at her. I got put off there because I was listening to Drax giving Gamora a hard time again, calling her an assassin and asking her if he enjoyed visiting the graves of her enemies.
I got eyes on this gunked up reactor. A couple of shots should bring it down.
What do you think made this place worth fighting over?
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe the ships we've seen
Scan
just got
this.
taken down by the storms.
The reactor thing there is
Ah,
pretty
okay.
loose.
And
Sure,
pretty
yeah.
gunked up.
All right. Pretty sure that baby's our ticket upward. Somehow.
It is neither a baby nor a ticket. It is a reactor.
Drax with
First
their
a down
classic
resistance
line
ship,
again
now
there.
Nova Corps one.
We're 2 out of 3 on Galactic
Okay, so
War
Drax
bingo.
can move that.
Maybe
Where do I
this
want to
was
move
a
it
staging
to?
ground for the push against the Shatari.
Over here?
Or maybe
Yep.
it was a bug stronghold.
Right, so
that pushed all these
L1,
things out of the sky.
Drax, then you can
Drax, moving that thing
choose where
around
it
ain't a
goes.
problem, right?
It is not. Just like the mighty Lady Hellbender, I am exceptionally muscular.
Got it, Drax.
we do it right. Yep, we did. There we go.
This unit is tremendously heavy.
I thought you were exceptionally muscular.
Yes! That is why I can easily carry this great weight.
Drax is
What
absolutely
next,
brilliant
Peter
in it.
Will?
In fact, I think he's probably my favourite.
If that bomber's full of old dead Nova, maybe we should,
yeah, what do we do now?
you know, lighten their pockets.
Groot, is there any way you could bring down that wing?
No,
Groot ain't that strong.
Not
He
Groot.
says you want something sharp.
Can you get up there
Gamora
now?
again.
Should only take a second.
She's doing most of the heavy lifting
This
here.
brings back memories.
Impressive.
See? That was easy. Great teamwork, everyone. I helped in spirit.
I don't know how I feel about all the little puzzles. They mix stuff up a bit, but they kind of slow it down a fair amount as
really
well.
admire our team's commitment to safety.
We are not committed to safety. One thing is clear. We would never have accomplished this task without the assassin.
Did Drax just praise Gamora?
I am giving credit where credit is due.
Closer to the temple.
There it is! Lady Hellbender's fortress.
It's
gotten bigger, that's for sure.
Everything's just weird
It's
on
not
it.
getting bigger.
Which makes
We're
it really
getting
good. Makes
closer.
everything feel really alien. Like, look at this. What the hell is this? It's bizarre, but yeah, it kind of really adds that alien cosmic feel.
Looks like there's a way down here.
Right, okay. It's going to be a fight
You
soon.
gotta see this shit.
Okay, here we go. Slimy. Guys. You might want to wait to come down here.
Too late.
Oh, why the Flarkus is so deep?
The team chat's absolutely fantastic.
Man down, boys?
It's like
You
spot
think?
on. It's honestly as good as the movies, the way it's written.
Smack.
Like-
Reach.
The sword will not work, woman. Find us a rope.
Yeah, get fast.
Where am I supposed to find a rope?
I don't know, I'm sinking in jelly here.
Well, do something!
Like what?
Well,
What's going to happen? The next cryo gun? Cryo gun. What the hell? What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, shit, I'm supposed to be moving it in here. Too late. It wasn't explicitly clear there. I should have been moving both the sticks. Let's hope I can restart. Go rocket. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, we'll just sit through that again. Do we? Yeah, we do. Come on.
Slimy.
Oh, I can't skip it.
Guys.
That's annoying. Don't put an unskippable cutscene before a quick time event.
Down here.
oh, why the Flarkus is so
I remember
deep?
years ago, was it Kane and
Man
Lynch?
down, boys?
Amazing game. I think it was maybe Kane and Lynch 2. They had at the end of the game there was this part where you had it was like a standoff with another character and you had to shoot them really
Where
quick.
am I supposed to find a
And it
rope?
was really hard to do. You had to do it in a split second, but if you failed it you had to watch like a 30-second unskippable cutscene, which was just awful. Yeah, this is unskippable, which is kind of annoying. Hopefully we get it right this time. Right, come on. I don't know if this is him just realising about his crowd gun or in some way he's gaining access to it. There we go. Oh, that's better. This would make the combat a little bit more interesting now with an element.
Rocket! Somebody get him out of there.
Rocket's reaction there. He's holding him like a baby as well.
Mind telling us what happened?
I don't know. My glasses, they... Only done that once before when I was a kid. I don't do it on purpose.
Classic Spartoid tech. Just when you think you've seen it all, it pulls scud like this. Just
Please, the guns alone.
Quill, I just want to see how they tick. Otherwise, it might as well be magic.
Or sorcery.
Guys,
I might play through this again at some point and actually try and record all the cutscenes because it would make a really good kind of funny slight movie to watch. Right, okay, here we go. Elemental shots, press left on the D-pad, indicates... Okay, the icon above an enemy's health bar indicates a weakness to an element. Element gauge replenishes over time and ammo are dropped by defeating enemies. Okay, so it's R1 we're using. Let's lock on. There we go.
Ice cube. That's fun.
Nice. Let's go freeze, send in Drax, smash. There we go.
Oh, mercy!
That's a bit more fun now. Freeze, send in Gamora. No, there we go, Drax done it.
More the merrier, right?
look out!
Definitely mixes things up a little bit. Here we go, right, so we've got this huddle.
Guys, huddle up!
So this is cool. Unfortunately, as mentioned, because it's streamer mode, you're not going to have White Wedding by Billy Idol playing, but it's still pretty awesome.
This battle could be over, traitor, if you would leave the bludgeoning to me.
Not my fault you're slower than my sword.
You're both slow. 50 units as me and Groot can mow them all down without you.
Let's see. For this.
Okay, look,
Depending on the
guys.
one you choose, you either
The
buff
ending is
yourself
near
or
with
else you
feeling
buff
no
your entire
fear,
team.
'cause we all came from
You
outer
can see
space.
right in the
I did
background.
not come from outer space.
So let's brave the odds and fight like no one else does.
Let's see.
do it right and take them out tonight. Who's with me?
Nah, I don't think they like that. I don't think that worked. Didn't sound like it.
Like a hot
Breaker man, how's it going, mate?
get too close.
Why do you
Oh,
think
let me
I'm
see.
not
Again, taking a second to get used to controls here.
Wolves on a warpath.
There we go.
These things need to cool.
I might actually do a freeze one and then we'll punch it. Sounds like a fun freeze. There we go. That was fun. Freeze. Let's see if we can drop kick it. With a punch.
We're dead.
Freeze and let's send in Drax. There we go.
I plan on staying alive. We'll enjoy this.
We're close, but we're gonna need to get up there.
I'm thinking we can climb up and over.
Ding, ding, ding. Give that man a gold star.
Let's figure out how to
So
make
hopefully
the
we can
climb
maybe upgrade the elemental shots and that'll make the crafting a little bit kind of more complex than it is at the moment. Right, let's see. Just making sure there was nothing doing up there.
If I never see another one of these ships again, it'll
try
be
rocket.
too soon.
Rocket, can you extend that cannon?
With my brute animal strength? No.
Drax, think you can drag this cannon out?
There we go.
I will try. It is more stubborn than expected.
Come on, Will. Let me get a look at them guns.
Alright,
Will
okay.
not stay in place.
So
Couldn't just hold it for a while longer?
Drax,
need to freeze it
try again.
after it gets pulled
Why?
out.
It does not stay.
I'm working it out. Trust me.
We've got to find a way to lock it in place.
There we go. It's these are freeze, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's
Impressive,
one.
Will.
Now we gotta get the next one out.
That is. Let's send rocket in here.
I need you to squeeze inside that little hole and try to knock the gun loose from the inside.
Hello? Chitauri ship full of booby traps and death mechanisms?
But you love both those things.
You're right, I do. And I always wanted to see the inside of one of these bug bombers. Fine. Oh, what reeks in here? That's... Oh, Scott.
You okay in there, Rocket?
I found the crew. I guess not even the worms want to eat that Chitauri meat.
Rocket.
Relax. Just gonna reroute the little bit of remaining power to the cannon and... nothing. You know what? Clark it. I'm blowing it up.
What? Hang on.
Right,
You
down.
let all the booby traps in.
Ha! Look at it go. He must have jump-started the thing.
Rocket, you okay?
Yeah. And dry now, too.
I gotta make it up here. Ah, round this way. Let's do Gamora again.
Gamora, can you clear us a path through that junk?
Sure.
Yes, Peter Quill. Onward to the palace of the great giantess.
Oh, man. Another murder tentacle.
Careful. It might be playing dead.
That is not a happy monster.
Well,
Hopefully
at
we'll
least
fight
the-
something like that. That'd be pretty
Why
cool
is
if we
the
do.
bridge always on the wrong side?
I could throw.
Touch me again, and I paint these cliffs green.
Okay, okay. No throwing and no shooting. There's got to be another way across. We'll just look around.
Lady Hellbender.
Let me guess. She would have laid over the ravine and let us walk across on her back.
I was going to
see
explain
what's up
that she
here.
would have thrown the woodland creature without
Hopefully we'll get another costume unlock soon. It's been a while since I've had one.
Hey, you think they look like a bunch of tiny rockets
Crafting.
trying to get out of the rain?
If we can't get across it, maybe we can go around it.
Looking for cracks, caves, or crevices, people.
I feel like I've heard you say that before, but in a different context.
I sure hope that
Oh, here we
Butler's
go.
beast
Let's shoot this.
come on and tell us.
I took an appendage.
Hey, that thing is like seriously bruised.
The fortress is this way, Peter Quill.
I know, I'm just doing some exploring.
Ain't we done enough of that already?
I'm pretty sure exploring is
Hopefully this will
gross.
be a
It
costume
means
maybe.
going the wrong way, but you're too stubborn to admit it.
In that case, Will's the greatest explorer I ever met.
Kind of feels like it would be really good if it was, I don't know how this would work, but like a Star Wars game, can't think of the name yet.
I do have augmented intelligence.
Hey Deadpool, how's it going mate? What's the recent Star Wars game that was out that was like kind of a little bit like Dark Souls and it was almost open world to an extent? Or certain areas were open. This feels like it would actually be really good with that. There we go, let's freeze that all up.
Yeah, just, you know, turning water into ice.
Because alien worlds feel really fun, so it would be good to have them so you could properly explore them.
I wonder if there's a common monster.
Because the exploration does feel really basic. I think
I think I can see my
basically
house
we were all
from
that
here.
just for a couple of crafting components for a crafting system that's
Scout-type stuff,
really quite
scouting.
basic.
Looks like we need to keep going towards
Yeah,
the
there we
fortress
go.
and not away from it.
Excellent work, Peter.
Fallen Order, that's the one. Could actually be awesome like that, and I think it could maybe work the way the Guardians just hang around and you call them in when you need to. Right, what should I be doing here?
In many ways, this planet reminds me of my home world.
That bad, huh?
The Tath is not a place for the weak. The punishing weather and lethal predators force every Catathian to fight for survival.
That's why you respect Lady Hellbender so much. She survived a place like this.
And conquered it.
So I'm back to where I started. Can't order any of the Guardians. Bridge expands and attracts its fierce.
I used to believe that the rodent had the most impressive firearm in our group. I have changed my mind.
Quill's ice cube machines?
They are versatile.
Maybe, but my sweet death cannon still got 17,000 different murder configurations.
Such as.
No, I don't think I go
Just
this
to
way.
name a
Where'd
few.
I go?
You got kill, kill big, kill fast, kill wide, kill long, crowd kill, oh, kill messy. Kill clean too, but you know, I have friends.
Guys, I've got something here. It's deep. This looks promising.
There's little room to maneuver if something should attack.
We're not gonna be here long.
Anybody see a way
It would be
through?
really fun actually
We'll
with,
make one if we
like I'm
have
saying,
to.
with like more opened exploration and you could
Anybody else
craft
smell
upgrades
that?
for your whole
It
team
really
and so on.
Stinks back here.
Yes, it smells putrid.
Where is it coming from?
Oh, what the flark?
Yep. Definitely
Drax can
something gross
huddle
behind
objects
here.
at it.
Drax, can you chuck that through the stink wall?
I fear I will regret this.
This will be fun.
Disturbingly fragrant. I am.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Right, we're going to fight two of the big
Anybody?
weird dog things, whatever they're called. We've got an elemental gun though, so
Okay, that got my blood pumping.
Why would Lady Hellbender cage this creature?
Because it's annoying as scut.
Perhaps it is food.
That thing's food?
Yes, monster food.
I wonder what it tastes like.
Peter,
Why would it taste like
I
that?
can use this.
You know, we really gotta
Monster
work
food.
on your taste
The
buds.
cage.
You get it?
We need the cage.
Taste
We go into that
buds.
fortress with our monster peacefully walking beside us. We'll be laughed right out of the room.
Any bites?
Why are you whispering?
Don't
Mort thinks we can sell our monster act better if we have a proper
Drax is
bridge.
absolutely perfect.
Only problem is there's a pissed off monster inside.
Release the beast. Let me dispose of it.
Because that worked so well for you last time.
We need a better plan of attack.
Yes. Ideally, one that guarantees my safety as leader.
Yep, there we go, 2 of them. Right, let's see. Groot first. There's a rock that Drax can throw. Yeah, go around there. That's actually electricity. I just noticed they are vulnerable to it and I don't have that element. So there's no point using the cryo on them. Okay. Let's get Drax out. How did I get early access? Because I've been covering Avengers for the last year and a half or so and it's the same company. So kind of the same PR people that you get in touch with and I know them. And they were kind enough to give me a coffee. Messed that up. Let's do rocket. Almost done. We're gonna another health bar. Ice him up. Let's try it. It's just Star-Lord, but you can control the others in an array. You'll see if I hold down L1. Oh, what's happening here? Sometimes you can bugger, get your characters to do moves, but if I hold down L1, I can get Rocket to fire a grenade here, for example. And you can use Groot, for example, there, kind of crowd control. So the different characters have kind of different elements of what they do. Gamora's your single target damage dealer. I don't know what Drax is, to be honest. Just a bit mental. See him jumping in the back of this. There we go. So Gamora get called in, doing a nice chunk of damage. There we go. Rocket seems to be AoE damage, and then you've got Groot that's crowd control.
We better hurry.
First rain, then jelly.
I think we're not far off the end of this level. The levels are pretty long that I've played so far. I just don't know how many there actually are.
Everything, Rocket.
Let me back up here for a second.
Stinky slime tunnel part.
Hey, we're a team. If
Let's
we're
see
gonna
if there's
smell
anything
like
up
butt,
here.
we're gonna smell like butt together.
What's that? That is a costume. So we're going to do a little bit of exploring here to find that.
So,
Right.
what do we do if all don't go well with Lady H? We're gonna fight a monster queen?
He would be a formidable adversary indeed.
Lady Hellbender isn't her adversary. If all goes well, she's gonna be our business partner.
Okay, I think I need to
And
head round
if
this
all
way for
don't go
now.
well,
Then we'll know we should have sold Groot instead.
Groot, give me a bridge here. The fortress is right on the other side of those cliffs.
There we go, you get these little puzzles like that. It's the first time we've seen Groot do one of them.
pretty sure it's this way, but I
I
don't
can
see an easy way to
freeze
get up
this water.
Easy is rarely worth
Deep freeze.
Oh, can I try ice cubing something?
Nope.
Ben,
I'm going to use Gamora to break this.
So if we're gonna haggle with the monster queen. How much are we asking for our
Freeze
monster?
again.
395 million units, give or take 2. One for every precious hair follicle on this flawless body.
You have counted them. That is bizarre.
Hey, at least I have some to count.
There we go. I'm pretty sure this is... Oh, wait a minute. Hopefully I've not went past the costume. We'll go back and have a little look there again. I thought this was the way to it.
You said that quarantine zone monster was supposed to be rare.
She already has a whole herd of them?
So we
Right,
wasted our
let
time.
me
Almost
head
got
back down
killed
here a
for nothing.
second.
And got arrested. That was
See if I can find out where that outfit
Was
is.
moderately amusing.
Now we've got a ticking time
Stay
bomb on the
optimistic.
ship.
Guys, every misstep was just a step in the right direction towards completing our best plan yet.
say that again?
What if we brought one of those ugly suckers all the way here only to find out Lady H
There
already
we
had
go,
a
let's
full
try
set?
it. Ah, there we
That
go.
would've sucked.
Hopefully this way we'll get a new outfit. See who it's for.
If we got that far,
Fair amount of outfits to
Towing
collect
that
because
thing
you
with
get
Nova Corps
outfits for all the
intercepted
Guardians
us.
as well.
Would have taken our beast.
see? This is working out.
And mention once
Sure,
again,
the
there's
kinda
no
bumpy, chaotic
kind of
way,
microtransactions
but we
for
still got
outfits.
a
They're all
plan.
being done game, which is good to see. It's been a while since we've had that in the game. Right, let me see. There we go. And that is...
Tree say.
Oh, 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse outfit for Groot. Let's have a look. There we go. We'll stick this one on. Those are the ones I've got for Groot so far. But we'll put this one on. If I get any abilities for a second, I think I've got... What have we got? So I think I've got 3 points. Unfortunately my camera's hiding it. Who do I want to upgrade? Let's see, what's Fan the Hammer? Might go for... Let's check out Groot for a moment. So I like his crowd control. Groot causes roots to shoot from the ground, dealing moderate damage and launching them. Let's try Gamora. Dashes between enemies, striking each one. Let's go for this. There we go. So it's 4 abilities in total you'll get for each of the characters. Obviously when it's the other Guardians you're just kinda, it'll add an extra ability when you're doing the L1 and actively controlling, or passively controlling them and choosing an ability for them to do. Alright, we might be getting towards the end of the level. There's that costume, wow. Looks like a, what do you call it, a Shinigami from Death Note.
That thing heavy?
That looks awesome.
Surprisingly light.
If we put our monster in it, will he shrink as well?
No, it would compress anything inside to amount of twitching gore.
Neat.
Don't get any ideas.
Let's just get this done.
Let's see what we've got here.
You can't be serious.
Okay. It's farther than it looked. Much farther.
It's a fucking infinity bridge is what it is.
You're being dramatic, Rodent. Bridge ends at the fortress, therefore it is not infinite.
Yeah, that's super comforting. Guess we gotta go.
Groot looks pretty creepy in the background now actually. I wonder if you get that style of costume for all of them. Hey, how's it going, Avenger? I'm enjoying it.
Oh,
Pacing's a little bit
right.
up and down,
Cage.
but I suppose the times when it is slower, with the pacing you've got the dialogue, which is really good.
Rocket. Time Time to put on your monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter? Look at him. You better have one hell of a sales pitch.
The strength is definitely in the characters. Let's see. And
Remind me again.
the banter between them is
How many
really good.
missions have we been on so far?
13.
14, if you count Contraxia.
Contraxia was not a mission. It was a mistake.
All right. Point is I was able to sell you, Gamora, daughter of Thanos, intergalactic assassin, as a hero. 14 times.
Fine.
I think he's made his
Faces,
points.
like the facial capture and stuff like that is absolutely spot on as well. That is really good.
Drac. Gamora, can you help me with
No.
this? What? Why?
To guarantee your safety as a leader.
Oh, come on.
She's got you there, Quill. Now shut up and start pulling. Will you stop
I
worrying
don't think
so
I like
much?
that
You're
Groot
gonna start
costume.
growing
It's a
knots
bit
again.
too dark for Groot. Right, let's see what's going to happen here.
Okay, here we go. Whoa! Okay, whoa! A little bit close.
This is quite a long
Seems
bridge.
so peaceful here.
Never saw real well when I was a kid. Guess this sorta counts.
I'm sure it's real pretty, but can we not draw its attention while I'm stuck in a flarkin' cage, please?
Hey Tasha, how's it going?
Does anybody have like a campfire song?
This bit's gonna go on for a while, isn't it?
Ooh, I know one. It's called.
Please stop.
The art style's really
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. Wait, is Please Stop the name of your song?
No.
Okay. So, how long before someone else wants to pull this thing?
We are 60 clicks from the fortress.
I'd say closer to 75.
Now, there is only one way to know for sure. 0.1 clicks. 0.2 clicks.
0.9,
Oh jeez.
2.1,
0.3 clicks.
4.5.
0.4 clicks. 0.5 clicks. 0.6.
Drax is my favourite. Oh, I'm not missing Avengers though, James. I kind of needed a break from it. Games are about having fun. This is a good game for kind of reminding you of that. 'Cause it's a fun game, really funny, making me laugh a fair bit. And games are about having fun, and I don't know. It doesn't always feel that way playing Avengers at times. So
You don't hurry, I'm gonna eat that whole cake myself.
having a break. I've not played it in ages. I need to get some polychorons and so on for Spider-Man coming out, because I think I used them all for
13
Black Panther.
hours.
Oh, here we go, flashback.
Where does time go?
I'll be up in a sec, I promise.
Right.
So if it wasn't for streamer mode where we'd have licensed tracks playing, here we go. Here is young Star-Lord. You can go around and you can kind of pick up stuff in the room and all that, and he makes comments on it, but I don't know if it really does anything, if you'll get achievements or you unlock anything for it. Got some 80s stuff here in the room. Tron poster. Rubik's Cube. Right, let's just go up to the door though. Yeah, so many games nowadays, it's all about multiplayer and games as a service to try and make as much money from the base game.
Mom says Grandpa used to play
But
this a lot when she was
yeah,
little.
single player games are good.
Busted ever since I can
Definitely.
remember. Andy says you can get a brain parasite if you share
Right,
a
I'm just going to try and go by this bit
Imagine that.
quick
Something growing
if I
inside
can,
of
if I know
you,
what I should be doing.
slowly taking over.
There's this whole thing when he's closing the fridge here, there's this whole thing every time on the ship. Somebody keeps leaving the fridge door open on the ship every time you go back to it. What's this here? Right, I think I'm going to head upstairs.
Well, 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 look who decided to finally come up.
Where's my cake?
I warned you.
No, you didn't.
I'm so full.
Mom.
Okay, sit your butt down, Slowpoke.
No Pac-Man cake.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna sing.
I like your singing.
Well, you might be the only one.
It
Go
was
on,
quite
make a
funny
wish.
given he turned
You're
into
officially a
Pac-Man, didn't he,
teenager.
in Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Look at all those
Oh,
girlfriends.
missed it. Wasn't expecting
Someone's
you
gonna
have to
be
tap the
really popular
buttons
at
there.
school.
Mom.
What? You are very handsome. I'm sure all the girls are gonna be falling all over you.
Mom.
What did you wish for?
Why would I wish for anything? I've got everything I want.
Oh, what huge favor are you about to ask me?
Just $10. Dan, Andy, and I want to go see Night of the Cosmos at the Rio tonight.
A movie. Tonight.
Come on.
I just
It's gonna be
can't
sick.
face doing
It's about these zombies that invade
Avengers
Earth,
at all. At the
and then it's
moment, I
these
was supposed
kids
to
that
be on a
have to blow them
stream
away.
on Sunday there with Doomkiller,
I
actually
don't
just
think I
talking about
invited you to see
Avengers
that,
and so on, and I
Peter.
couldn't even face
let you
doing
watch
that.
the
I
hockey
couldn't
mask one and
face
you
like
were
2 hours talking
sleeping in
about
my
it
bed the
because
next 3
it
nights.
wouldn't be a fun stream, or it would be less fun than my streams normally are. And let's see, qualify, deflect. Let's go for
That was
this.
ages ago. And this one
but
isn't even
yeah,
that bad. It's PG-13.
I don't think I can really be positive
I'm
about the
13.
game at the moment, and
Exactly,
that's Avengers, not this
PG-13
game.
may contain violence and
So
nudity.
I don't want to spend an
Mild
hour and a half
nudity,
talking
like
to somebody when I'm not feeling very
butts
positive
and
about something.
stuff.
It's just kind of not
You're
me
not helping
at all,
matters.
so I cancelled that, and I've
I
not
wanted us to
played
have
Avengers
some
in about
us
3-4
time
weeks,
tonight,
if
you
not
know?
more.
Maybe finish our game. You can't
I'll
duck
play it
out
when
right
Spidey and the
I'm about
Raid
to
and so
win.
on comes out, but after that I'm not sure what's going to happen. Getting a fair amount of developers leaving and so on. Let's see. Let's go for
Okay,
this.
it's not that. It's opening
There was
night,
another
and
combat
it's
developer
my birthday,
leaving
you
the
know?
other day
It
after
was
you
meant to
had Vince
be.
Stapley, the big main combat guy.
Meant to be.
That was kind of instrumental, I believe, in making the combat so good he left.
Pretty please.
And then you had another
don't know.
combat designer follow him up.
Truck's still in the
Yeah,
shop.
I'm live
and
streaming.
I don't want you walking alone in the dark. There's been a lot of weirdos out there. It's not safe.
Let's see.
I'm not a little kid, Ma. I
I'm
walk home from
struggling to
school
get back
all the
into
time.
videos though, to be honest.
And
I've hardly done
yesterday I
any.
got you that black eye.
I told
I
you.
think
I
for the
know.
past 3 years I was doing
You
videos
were
close to
standing up
daily,
for
and
something,
then
which
I've
is a
slowed
good
down.
thing.
I've only done about 3 or
But you
4 in the
cannot
last
go
month, and
punching
once you
your
slow
way
down,
out of every
it's really
problem,
hard to kind of wind back up again.
I couldn't just stand there.
No,
I'm definitely
of course not.
enjoying it, but I'm still quite early in on it at the moment, and I
Okay,
think
give me my
the strengths,
purse.
without a doubt, so far are like the story and the interactions between the characters is absolutely brilliant. Like it's really good. It's up there with the movies how good the
Not so fast.
interactions actually are.
Before you go, there's
The
something I wanna talk
combat
to you about,
for
something
me
I
feels a
wanna
little
give
bit on
you.
the simple side, but
20
I've only
bucks.
unlocked
Don't
one of the
lose.
elemental guns. I think there's 4, which will probably make the
Think of it as
combat a bit more
Long
in
overdue
depth.
gift from your father.
The pacing can feel a little bit
It's
up and
upstairs on
down
my
with the
bed.
puzzles and then
Go
the
on and get it
combat
while
and
I
the
finish
puzzles
up in
and
the
the
kitchen.
combat and then the talking and so
And
on.
we can open it together.
But it still feels very well done, and like a game done by people that really love the IP, which is good to see. And I'm sure as it goes on, there's going to be a hell of a lot more fast-paced combat as well. Where was I supposed to
should
go
make you
here?
clean your room before you leave.
Please don't.
One day I'll
Just
have
out
to
the
get
front
down
door, I
there
think.
and just throw everything out.
Have a little look about it. Graphically, it does look gorgeous as well, because I remember when we seen the first reveals, it didn't look good. Are they playing Risk? I think they are. That's awesome.
Hey, Kubrick, buddy. No matter how long you wait here for Grandma and Grandpa, they're not coming back. Sorry.
How far did you get into the story, Sadot? This is just, I think, chapter 3 or 4. Go to our bedroom. Oof, kinky. There we go. Let's see what's on here.
The longer you wait to get that gift, the more likely I am to change my mind about the movie.
No way. You wouldn't.
Try me.
Oh, the thing is, with my Hawkeye, they nerfed Tachyon Surge. So they messed it up a
Sometimes
bit.
Grandma and Grandpa would let me sleep with them if I was too afraid down in the basement.
Go upstairs to her room. Maybe over here. It's not over there, is it? No, it's not there. I was too busy talking rather than listening to her. Here we go. Ah, it's going to be the tape recorder, of course, isn't it? At least I think it is, isn't it? No.
At last.
Not going to see.
Huh? We have arrived at the monster.
Chapter 6.
At its entrance, anyway.
Was the combat opening up a bit more by that point?
So, as I was saying, I can handle a little solo extraction.
No offense, but you ain't exactly invested in my safe return.
I need
My
to
skin, my
change
plan.
that Groot. I don't like it. It looks awesome, but I don't like it. It's not Groot. Let's just sit him back. Is your regular
Your
one?
call,
There we
Peter.
go. That's better.
The Clark it is. I'm the one in the box, lady.
Peter Quill is our leader. The
Same
burden
with
of your
Rocket.
possible death falls on his shoulders.
Fully on board with Rocket's plan that I was totally paying attention to.
See? Even Captain Space Cadet don't trust your gymnastics.
Wait, what about gymnastics?
I just think we shouldn't be relying on a piece of tech you won't even be around to use.
I actually feel, in fact, I don't really feel that the story's properly started yet, in fact, so I'm probably kind of scraping the surface with
Guardians
it.
of the
It'll probably
Galaxy.
start running a bit now, I think, when you see Lady Hellbender.
Bonafide monster sellers.
Today, anyway.
What's in the box?
A monstrous abomination from Halfworld and the meanest SOB in the quadrant.
Ah, okay, cool.
Rocket.
I mean,
It's definitely a slow start,
hell
but
beast,
even
the
at that, I
namesake
think you
of
can
your
still feel the
mistress.
quality of it
Wise to
from the start.
All right, get going before I change my mind. And if the lady don't like it, I'll be carting out what's left of you in that box.
Hellbeast?
It is an accurate moniker. The little beast has a hellish demeanor.
I like it.
I can't wait to see what Drax is like
Not exactly
in front
an
of
easy way out
Lady
if this all
Hellbender.
goes to hell.
It's gonna go great. We got a killer monster and a solid plan.
I would show more caution, Peter Quill. If Lady Hellbender realizes our deceit, her vengeance will be swift.
What? I'm supposed to be scared just because she's got hell in her name? She runs a glorified zoo.
That's no zoo.
The Monster Queen has a monster army.
Any chance
Lady
they're the
Flybender,
zookeepers
nice.
with guns?
I have never seen one who's tamed.
Cheers, Devil.
I have seen one trample a man to pulp.
I'm still very much
It's
getting back
fine.
into the swing of
Worst
things, so
comes to
apologies
worst,
for my
we
kind of
hightail it for the Milano.
low energy, or
Your
lower than
genius
usual.
plan is run away?
Backup plan, which we're not gonna need.
really
but
struggling
yeah,
at the moment with the
it's not like
videos.
she can chase after us with her own monster mash. Oh,
She
come
thick,
on.
nice.
Why did we not simply dock here?
So now he's thick as Hela and Ultimate Alliance free. Or every female character, to be honest, in Ultimate
We
Alliance free.
needed time to iron out the plan. Now it's foolproof.
Lady Hellbender is no fool.
When her monster goes missing, she'll assume it was us.
Assume yes, but not no. Not chases across the galaxy level of no, at least.
This is really going to die young for them, isn't it?
Look at this place. I'm in the wrong line of work.
It is appropriately impressive for a warrior of Lady Hellbender's stature.
Someday, that's gonna be ours.
Oh, I can move about here.
Not
Didn't realize I could.
yours.
Come over near the cave and say that again.
This place is cool and all, but could it fit the entire Guardians of the Galaxy fleet?
We have a fleet. Then why must we suffer aboard such a small ship?
He means... Never mind.
I really do wish it was more open world. It's the kind of world I want to explore.
Priceless trophy. Behold.
Explains the vault.
Priceless? Vault? Screw the sneaking around. Let's pull off a good, honest heist.
No!
And pay attention. You will not approach Lady Hellbender's throne. If she chooses to approach you, you will remain still. No erratic movements.
There we go.
Spare me your empty.
Apologies, my queen. I meant no offense.
I know what you mean. Do not blame me.
She's a
You are not
Kree,
the
then,
first
isn't she?
to claim
Is that
they
right?
Captured at Tara Tara.
You doubt its authenticity.
Here's it going, KD. Doing
What
good.
you say it is.
Enjoying
Prove
this.
it, or suffer the consequence of every other would-be con artist.
I assure you,
I say,
milady.
release it.
Yeah, switch places in terms of the type of game. I did see somebody say that, but they said, does that mean you would want a game like this with just Miss Marvel all the way through? I know I wouldn't want that. That's the only thing. Who would be your primary character? What the hell? Oof. I definitely was concerned when I first heard about this and you could only control Star-Lord. So far, I think all the cutscenes with the characters and the interactions almost makes up for the fact that you're not controlling them all, or you're not having other people control them. Maybe they could do like a Mass Effect style multiplayer mode where you can choose the different classes. That could be quite fun actually.
You are free here.
I'm just so fed up with Avengers, I really am. I don't want to tweet about it, I don't want to talk on Discord, I don't want to play it, I don't want to do podcasts, hence why I unfortunately cancelled with Doomkiller. I really didn't want to do it, but I just could not face doing an hour and a half long stream talking about Avengers at all. The interactions are, I think, they're probably the strongest part of it. Not to say that other elements of the game aren't good. I think the strongest parts of the interactions and the visual design is amazing looking. Well, let's see here what happens.
The undoing of the Mad Titan in the flesh. And such flesh.
I was actually really looking forward to the podcast with Doomkiller, and I don't like letting people down either. But I was thinking this stream's not going to be good. I'm just going to be pissed off during it. I'm going to be taking shots at people. It might be entertaining for other people, but overall it wasn't going to be a good stream for me to do, so save it for a later date with him.
Perhaps I can do something about it.
Unlikely.
We'll
Star-Lord outfit was unlocked straight away. I don't know if it's because I got the what do you call it? Pre-order version.
Peter Quill.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to this for a second.
I believe she is flirting with me.
Encourage Drax, has to get done.
Play along, man. Flatter her or something. You got this.
Just for the best. Your negotiation skills are terrible. Lady Hellbender. I can see by the size of your weapon, you must be a skillful warrior.
Perhaps I can give you a demonstration sometime.
You would make an acceptable opponent.
I can't remember the last time a game made me kind of smile like
Tell
this
me,
watching it. It's absolutely awesome.
What brings you to Seknarf 9?
Peter Quill. Show her the creature.
Oh shit. What's going to happen here?
Oh, it's about flarking time.
What is it?
It has a
How'd you get MCU Drax? Just later on in one of the levels, I assume.
Adorable.
Quill, make it stop.
Let's see. Push the cuteness.
When will it reach its big size?
If you think that's adorable, you should see him drink milk from a saucer.
What? I don't even drink milk.
Tell her, guys. Isn't Rocket super cute?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we even tie little ribbons with bells to his jumpsuit.
So you mean by the thighs, by the way, Sadot? Bloody hell.
Raccoon try to open a refrigerator? You really need to.
I ain't a freaking raccoon.
The raccoon's temper is quite alluring.
Okay. That's it. I told you. I ain't a freaking raccoon. And I sure as hell ain't
Okay.
freaking cute.
What the hell?
Plan B, Quill.
Guys, less talking, more escaping.
Oh, Jesus.
Who's the monster now?
What's going to be great about it as well is when you go back and you replay the level and you kind of change around what you're saying, because in the when I got to play it for 2 hours early, there was a character in one of the levels and he's in a cage and you can choose to release him or not, and if you don't, you see him later on in the level, and it's interesting to see how much that actually changes what happens.
That was lucky.
I think you can avoid 1 or 2 fights as well, based on your decisions.
Where are my drones? I want the Guardians incinerated.
What is that?
She's cheating!
I'm loading that pod.
Yeah, Rocket is. I couldn't believe that when he done that. It's like, what the hell? Right, what am I supposed to do here?
Clark,
Act now, or we will all perish.
We need to get off this thing.
it ain't slowing down. Things coming in hot. Well, stop wasting time.
Everyone look for a way out.
We need to get off this thing.
Part was very different, that's awesome. Right. Oh, there we go. Is it this here? Precision shot like top of them. Oh, feck. I didn't realise that was coming towards me. I got Droot's, when the level you're handcuffed, the second one, that's when I got Droot's MCU costume.
Excuse me?
I came here for units, and I ain't leaving without them. Yup, we're gonna clean out that vault we saw on the way out.
You can't be serious. Even Peter's not that suicidal.
You wanna cut and run, or do you wanna get paid?
I'm not going to read
I
through all
want
these.
to make it out of here alive. We don't even know where the vault is from here.
All we gotta do is get back to that big tube with the elevator.
Click on through here.
What about the army of monsters?
It really does seem like the choices you make do mix up a fair bit.
Monsters are real.
Like I was saying when I got to play it a while back,
Now, come on.
one of the choices I made, it's in the next level, you can choose, like based on your choice, I actually could ignore a fight with the Nova Corps, or I could choose to actually fight them. Let's have a look down
We
here.
should keep moving.
We are moving.
What we should be doing is faster.
Oh, Drax. Ah, here we go. Is this, what was this again? KD was mentioning. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Let's stick this on. Right, I need to go into Groot and put his MCU one on. It's going to make Drax even better. Wow. Awesome looking. I might even at one point do a playthrough or maybe record all the cutscenes with all the MCU costumes on that. Could be something quite different and a bit of fun.
Could have gone worse too. We got company.
Right, here we go. Right.
This is how it's done.
This must be what it's like to be a rock star. I am already a renowned killer.
Definitely struggle a little bit with the controls.
The ill-tempered beast has spoiled our plans. You know we count on you to stake the
Except Star-Lord and
odds.
Rocket. Right. I definitely find the controls a bit fiddly.
A load of those helmets.
Rookie move. Helmets mean blind spots.
What?
Hellbender will search every corner of the galaxy for us.
Let her try.
Well, Rocket's actually on top of Groot now. I've not seen that before. I wonder if it's just this bit he does it in.
Well, it's a little late for that, ain't it?
This has got my name on it.
Right, I'm going to try it.
That way, Drax. These guys don't waste any time.
Hellbender's not one to negotiate.
Oh, I have to fly up here.
What is next, Peter
I'm
Quill?
on it.
Hey, quip! Ah! More Flark razors to put down.
Keep
Rush
throwing
of
everything
gas.
you have at us.
Lady Hellbender's army is after us. Perhaps Silverclaw will accept the rodent as a down payment.
There we go. Getting the flow a little bit better now. second move on Mora, don't I? Let's see. This one here. Yeah, there we go. That was nice. Oh wow. That was really nice to get a few characters with that.
Lady Hellbender displays her affections in a Catathian manner.
Well, we're about to rob your girlfriend.
I'm definitely struggling with the controls.
Deadliest woman in the galaxy. Real smooth plan so far.
Hey, at least I'm pulling my weight.
There's not much weight to pull.
Joke all you want, but without me, you wouldn't be able to get through this door.
Without you, we wouldn't be in front of this door.
See something over here. No, nothing over there.
This is all gonna be worth it when we empty that vault.
Big tube, elevators, and there's the vault. Told you I knew what I was doing.
5,000 units to the Hellraiser who killed these so-called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay,
Yeah,
people,
let's do
do this.
Gamora again.
One catastrophe at a time.
Yeah, cool, that's pretty cool. Then we'll go for... Oh wow, just got all of them. What the hell? Some of the upgrades are going to be quite powerful then. What's that? I don't know what it can do. Like a bubble shield or something? Okay, file to take down the shield.
He's rich! It'll be like a Sokovian bank!
This is really your plan, Rocket?
It's his floor cup is what it is.
Faceless goons go splat like cartoons!
Find them and kill them! I
Does anyone know if you get New Game Plus in it? Anyone that's actually finished it? Yeah. It would be good to go back through with your costumes. Let's see, let's go for Mora again. The upgrades and so on. Okay, that's a strong enough enemy there. Let's just fire off everything. Put everything on cooldown.
Muscles are showing these hell queens what's what!
Nobody crosses me!
An X-Men game kind of like this would be good, wouldn't it? I do. I'm pretty sure that with Square Enix they kind of got a contract for 3 Marvel games if I remember right. You had the Avengers, you had the Guardians, and I'm pretty sure one of them was an X-Men game.
You can't
I think this is going to
forever, God!
slightly, not slightly, I think this is definitely going to help the reputation of Square Enix and Marvel games with how much it's been damaged with Avengers. This is going to give them some kind of positive feelings from people, so that may allow
Luck if we don't end up on top
the
of
third
this
game,
fight.
the X-Men one.
Way too close. Follow them.
Because I could see if this flopped as well with Avengers one flopping, Marvel would be like, do we want you doing a third game? Not sure if we do.
Guys, I think we walked right into a trap.
It would be nice if that was an Ultimate Alliance style game. Top-down action RPG like Marvel Heroes, that would be pretty awesome. Where should we go here?
When they collide, it'll blow a nice hole in the wall.
Yeah, but we'll be dead by then. Find a way out.
Oh, here we go. Right. Gamora.
We're about to get minced.
Damn it. I'm not going to be quick enough.
Scan the room.
Drax. Rocket.
Think you can squeeze in there, Rocket?
We can. I'm small, but I ain't that small.
This has got Destroyer written all over it. We shall reduce it.
Jeez, that was close.
You expect us to crawl through a sewer? I ain't getting wet again.
I don't want to hear one word out of you.
You all got a real funny way of saying thanks.
Gratitude is not my current sentiment.
More like
Front
murderous
Rocket.
rage.
As soon as he
Admit it,
caused all
Rocket,
this.
We had a plan and you blew it.
The plan was blown the minute it crawled out of your brain. I saved the plan.
You do not get credit for salvaging your own blunder.
The blunder was putting our lives in his grubby little hands. I knew we should have gone with Groot.
Groot ain't some piece of lumber you can hawk. Though I'm sure you got plenty experience trafficking lives.
Watch your tongue, or I'll cut it out.
Oh, I'm shaking, lady. You bring a knife to a gunfight. Groot says you can all go sit on a hot poker. Oh, fine, fine. You're all against me, but by the end, you'll be lining up to kiss my hairy paws.
Oh, another costume. Let's see what we got this time. Oh, that's pretty nice. 5 Horsemen of the
Who
Apocalypse.
you calling a rat?
Rocket one, let's have a look. Yeah, I want another action RPG style game with Marvel. I think the whole thing with Marvel, a game like this definitely works where there's not a lot of characters, but I think the strength in Marvel lies in a game that can give you a lot of characters as quick as possible. Like Avengers are just coming out too slow, whereas in Marvel Heroes you were getting a character every month, I think it was, potentially, maybe close to around about that. And because there's so many characters within Marvel, I think it's really important you prioritise bringing the characters out. That's something Future Revolution's really struggling with at the moment. It's been out for about, what's it been out for? 4 months now, and they've still not released a new character yet, and the characters are really fleshed out in it, but people are looking for Hulk and Thor and characters like that.
Straight into an ambush.
So I think, the key for a Marvel game, this works fantastically well, but the key for a Marvel game for me is one where you can pump out additional characters quickly, so people can get their favourites.
12? How'd you get 12?
It's a measurement of my growing frustration.
That's how in Avengers I wish they would just actually drop the story introductions for the likes of your smaller characters like rumoured She-Hulk and Winter Soldier. Just drop them in the game. Just put some codexes in to explain why they're there. Don't spend 3 months doing a campaign for them. Just drop them in. Bloody hell, there's a lot of enemies here. This is going to be difficult. Hey, what's this? What can we go through here? Nice one. I've seen Drax do that before. Ooh, that was nice. There we go, we've got a huddle ready. Let's do this. Yeah, the social aspect of Marvel Heroes, we've been in the hub. Nice to love that.
What a bunch of losers! Me and Groot, we win this in our sleep.
Thanos used to tie me in fights like this just to make it interesting.
I love going in a hub, and because obviously that was a well-known guide creator, you'd have people come up and go round you and so on. What am I going to go for? Losers, match for...
I don't care about the odds. I laugh in the face of gods.
That social aspect was great, and that's something that Avengers really lacks.
I don't back down, and I know you don't.
A lot of the time, you've got all these costumes, but you can nowhere really show them off. I know you've got multiplayer, but I feel like me, in a game like Avengers, you can play it single player, so I do. Whereas Marvel Heroes was a game that you really had to play in multiplayer. Right, let's see. Just tap in random buttons here. Cool. Oh, nice drop kick. That was sweet. I suppose the reason I was thinking it's a little bit easier at the moment is because I've got this buff activated. If it wasn't for streamer mode, we would have licensed music playing it now. We would have some awesome 80s tracks. Right, let's take Gamora. See. Smashing stuff.
Well, nothing says I'm sorry like a whole lot of units.
Yeah, cool.
50 more units loading.
Oh, that was close. Elements, come on. He's almost frozen. Let's pull in Drax on it. There we go. There we go. That was a lot better.
Make it fast.
Of course. There ain't a lock this side of Xandar I can't pop.
I am adding to your debt for every extra minute this takes.
Keep your manis on. You can't rush genius.
All Hellraisers to the main vault.
Or I could try rushing. Hope for the best.
Just keep coming! And just keep putting him down!
Can't put enemy here.
How long are we supposed to keep doing this?
Nice that up. It's behind me. It's definitely fun. Without a doubt, they've done really well. I'm really not doing great at the combat at all. Just, I've not streamed in a while, so kind of trying to talk and play at the same time. I'm struggling a little bit, so I'm not doing great with the combat. But I think there's a fair amount of depth to it now, with unlocking the new elements and the shields and so on. Go. Oh, there we go. That was nice there. I don't know how long the story in that will be, but so far, if you're on the fence, I think it is worth it. Yeah, it's kind of Mass Effect. I would actually love a Mass Effect style game like this. How good the humour and so on is it, and the script and stuff like that, and the world building. A Mass Effect game like this would, oh man, it'd be amazing. You've got all the choices and stuff you're making in this, so and upgrading your armour on your characters and so on would be awesome as well. It'd actually be perfect for a Mass Effect style game. We just slowed way down here. Once you freeze them, we can do a lot more damage. And frozen. There's a lot of these levels as well. Talking about Mass Effect, I would love to explore these levels a lot more. Cool. What's nothing down here? Here to make a Sutta raid. Wow, Sutta raid. I was going to say that it was awesome, and I was thinking, was it awesome? And no, I really did enjoy it, but it was pretty basic in that it was just like 5 boss fights, but the boss fights were fun. The different mechanics for them. In fact, you had the two guys you fought at the start. You had to, what did you have to do? You got like a stacking debuff on you, didn't you? So you could only attack them so long, and then you had to move to the other one. Is that right? Or you just had to burn them down quick, and then you had the monolith and so on. Used to love running that on a Thursday, that raid. I'm waiting for any character in Future Revolution, to be honest. They need to bring them out quicker, they really do. No worries, Keedy. Thanks for popping in, mate. Cheers, mate. Good to be back.
It's literally in your contract. I made no such commitment.
He's a liability, Peter.
Ha! Coming from the most wanted woman in the galaxy. Same thing. How about a thank you, Rocket?
For nearly getting us killed?
I'm actually still playing Future Revolution, just not doing videos because there's nothing to really cover, but once there's a new character out in it, I'll do a build guide. I think I'm going to do that kind of going forward in the channel, to be honest. I'm a bit burnt out. Going forward, I think by and large, rather than try to do like news videos every few days, what I'm most likely to do is just do guide videos, big guide videos when new games come out. I'm not doing any for this though, I don't think. And like character beginner's guides and stuff like that. So let's say Magic's due out in Future Revolution, so when she comes out I'll do a beginner's guide and then I'll do a build guide for her. Well, I played Future Revolution when it came out, and I know it was just a soft launch, but if you've been playing it since the soft launch, it was out in, I think it was June or July it was actually out in. So it definitely does feel like a fair amount of time that we've been waiting on another new character.
Here we go. Not quite enough, but we're getting there.
That's what I'm talking about.
I wasn't listening
Not such a bad plan
here as
after
to
all.
what I should have been
Not exactly
doing.
good either.
Are the Eternals coming to Future Revolution? Was that confirmed?
Progress there?
You'll know when we get what we need.
Don't push it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, this will cover our fine at least.
Why stop there? After all she put us through, I say we clean her out.
What she put us through?
Enough!
Oh, we only got so much time to get so much there by the looks of it.
Peter Quill. It's grown quiet.
Quiet like peace and quiet, or like the grave sort of quiet?
I don't know what kind of guides you would
Definitely
do.
the grave
You
one.
could do guides for finding the
Please tell me
costumes
you
and
didn't
stuff
just
like
lock us
that,
in.
but
I did not do
I
anything.
don't know.
I'm almost impressed. The woodland creature has more bite than I originally perceived. Enjoy the contents of my vault, Guardians. They will be the last thing you ever see.
Okay.
Shame to waste
I don't know
my
if, with how few
Clintarian
characters
gas
are actually in
such
Future Revolution, I don't see them doing Eternals.
Do
least
try
not for a
not to
while.
melt all over my
There's too many of those characters.
Find a way out.
Nah, I
It is
don't see it
both
happening.
priceless and hard to clean.
Deep breath, people!
Anyone else feel burning? Like all over?
Oh, maybe we get
Clintarian
Drax to
gas breaks down
throw
organic material, leaving just a pile of
this big
sludge-covered
skull
bones.
thing.
So let's bust our way out of here while we still have the organs to do it.
We've got to jam those vents, or the gas will keep pouring in.
Freeze the lethal gas vents, Peter Quill.
Right, that's one vent. Another one here.
Use the peepers, Quill. I don't want to end up a stain on this broad's floor.
Right.
Use your Flarkin visor.
Hey, I found some
Overall,
more
at the
units.
moment,
Are you seriously looking for money right now?
7.5 or 8. Story's really strong. It's just taking a, like the acting's all really good and stuff like that. It's just a bit slow at the moment, but I'm enjoying it. And once I get into the kind of flow of the combat, I think the reason I'm not getting the flow is just me personally, more than anything else. But once the combat actually starts to flow and you're freezing enemies and smashing them and calling in team attacks, it does feel really good. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. And these puzzle little bits kind of annoy me a little bit sometimes. It's not out just yet, that's what I should say, and I should need to mention it every so often when I'm doing a video such as this. I got an early copy from Square Enix, just because I mainly cover Avengers and so on. But it's out, at least for me, it would be out in about another 2.5 hours time in the UK. Right, what should I be doing here? This is annoying. I don't like these puzzly bits in it. Yeah, I know Drax needs to destroy that, but what's he going to throw at it? I'm reading this again. I know there's a few people that have already played a fair bit. If you're in chat, what should I be doing here? Oh, that's another one of them. There we go. That's a problem. That should be the gas stopped. No, quick, one gas, two gas. 3, And I'm out of cryo bullets, that's the gas away. Right. The Drax, I want you to pick that up and throw it, but... Oh, come on.
There's a way out behind this wall!
Allow me.
You're not getting through this with your bare hands! We need something heavy!
There you go, there's something heavy. We need to scan it first. There's also
That's
this.
right. One of them lights has got to be plenty heavy.
Oh, this is annoying. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Ah. Oh, jeez.
Gamora! Think you can cut loose one of those lights?
Yeah, I better freeze these again.
Now that was priceless.
Puzzle bits kind of annoy me a little bit at times. Maybe because I'm just dim, but I just feel they really slow everything way down. Right,
What are you waiting for?
and there we
Will?
go.
Drax, hurl it right through that wall!
With all my might!
That'll do her! Let's move, people!
It's not that the puzzles are difficult, it's just not always immediately obvious what you should be kind of pointing out one of the members towards. Right, let's see. What's this?
Is everyone okay? Gamora, Drax.
I'll live.
My epithelial.
Once this level's done, I'll wind that up. I've not done a stream in a while, so I'm a bit tired. Ooh, what's going to happen here? And I've got a programme to watch tonight as well before
Anyone
bed.
see a way out?
I see a bright light.
Well, don't go towards it.
Oh, there she is.
Guardians of the Galaxy. How many times do I have to kill you?
Stall her, Peter.
The audacity that you thought you could rob me.
For the
She
record,
actually looks
we
a
weren't
bit,
all
I've
on
never
board
played
with
it,
the
but from
plan.
what I've seen, she looks a bit like
Why
the
not
character
sell
in
clothes right off my
The Last
back?
of Us 2, with the
Do
golf
you
club
know
that no one likes.
What I did to the last
absolute
people who
beast.
thought I was easy prey.
You let him go?
I got nothing. We're trapped.
Lady Hellbender, let us settle this honorably. I will face you in combat.
The Drax MCU one looks a bit strange, the face. I think I maybe
Your
actually prefer
offer
the
is
original
worthless,
one for him.
There is no escaping my wrath.
I can work with that.
Dweller, feast upon them.
Oh shit, that's fine. We need to have a larger boss fight here. Maybe puzzles or something as well, with the big jelly pits. Nice. Oh, Jesus, we are fighting it. Right, let me see what happens if I go in here. I can freeze these, can't I? I bet. Yep, I can freeze them. What does that do though? I can freeze them anyway. Remember, if I get it to hit here, it will hurt it. No? Oh, there we go. Yep, was that hurting it? No worries, mate. Catch you later. Whoops. Right, I think it looked a bit frozen when it hit that. Let's see.
We will need to fell this foe one appendage at a time.
Nah, better not try and punch it.
Green team, nail those tentacles when they're close.
I do not possess any nails.
Yeah, there we go. I can hit it from here.
Now, swing!
This lady's got anger issues.
You make that sound like a compliment.
Now is the time to strike.
the Guardians against
Okay, so maybe this wasn't the best plan.
You thought you could steal from me?
Do not cower behind you.
Oh. Ah, okay. Right, so I did have to freeze that there, by the looks of it. One down.
Yes, you will pay for your insolence. Now,
Next one.
attack!
We're gonna get flattened if we don't deal with those arms!
Let us resume at full force.
Go, got that quick reload. Shit, messed up reload that time.
My name on it.
Never see it coming.
Perish!
Now we know what kind of monster Hellbender likes.
The kind that eats us!
Go, 2 down.
No, not again. Enough
So this has been one level and it's actually took us 2 hours to do. We're not finished yet actually.
Alright, crowd control!
This is on hard, so enemies are taking a little bit longer to defeat.
Don't have to tell me twice!
I'm just curious if you finish it hard, maybe if you get a costume. That was close.
Swarm them, my pet. Now, swing!
What's next, Peter?
Rush them!
Tracks up, come on.
Something! Photosynthesis?
Thanks, Quill! Groot says he owes you one!
Should I be doing here?
Now, over.
Scanner on actually.
Them.
Is anything?
Destroy them, my pet.
Scanner. They do anything. What about these?
Go get them! Swarm them, my pet.
Down. No, not sure. No.
Now, attack!
There we go. I can still lock onto this. Must just be a case of hitting these.
You don't know who you're messing with, lady! He is clearly familiar with our names! Tearing flesh from its bones appears to do nothing!
Time's up!
Leon the Herd! Welcome death!
She's not gonna let this one go!
One left.
Problem for later!
What the hell's it healing?
Now continue the now. Overwhelm them.
Just healed there. Pretty cool you get big boss fights like this anyway. The combat's definitely ramping up and that was the only real criticism I kind of had so far, the combat being on the slow side, but definitely ramping up.
Them, my pet. Destroy them, my now attack.
I'm ready! Find me an opening!
What?
Go, so you do enough damage.
I am primed to destroy!
Slice and dice!
I'll enjoy this!
What's next, Peter?
I want to kind of damage that, but need to take out these big
No
blobs.
matter what I cut off, it comes back!
My limits are being tested!
Right with you, big guy!
I seek vengeance!
Go get him, Tiger!
Now overwhelm them.
She's not gonna let this one go!
That's a problem for later!
Oh, there we go. This is all Huddle. If streamer mode wasn't on, we would get our licensed music here. This gives us a buff, or we can get a team buff if we choose the right option.
Fucking holla! These guys are tough! It's almost impossible to get a swipe through their defenses!
Their reputation as skilled warriors precedes them, Peter Quill.
Skilled warriors, tough. Let's go for
So
this.
what if these scuts are tough?
If you choose the right
So
option,
what
it'll buff
if
the
they've
whole
got a
team. If you choose the wrong option, it buffs only the
We're no slouches
yourself.
either. So come on, join me. Pull out those blades and bombs and branches, and let's show them who's tougher. Who's with me? Die, thieves!
Nice one, Peter!
Feel him?
Slash him, Gamora! Come on, you
There we go, so
overgrown
destroyed.
octopus!
Just give me an opening!
That, there we go. Then when it's healing up, what we're doing. There we go. That's what we do once it's healing up. One left. Oof, that was close.
I don't think she cares anymore.
Right, okay, one left.
She's not gonna let this one go! Your lives are
It's kind of alright, Huddle. It's just like a team buff. It's much better when you're not playing the streaming mode on, because you get real kind of 80s songs playing, and it really does feel fun when you're in a hard fight. The characters get a boost, and then you've got an awesome 80s track playing. Whereas when you're in streamer mode, it's just tracks created by the actual developers, so it's obviously not as not iconic at all. But Huddle mode does feel really fun when you've got your licensed tracks.
Resume at full
I'm
force.
done! Let's get back to it!
Let us resume at full force.
Destroy them!
Whoops. Not that longer now just because all these
Come on! Give me a
send
shot!
in Gamora to take them out.
Freeze it! You can slice it!
I shall break their bones.
Concentrate on the tentacle. Come on. Got more?
Do not make me laugh!
Right, let's get these two up and it might help.
Time to grow, Groot! Let's kick some butt, huh?
Come on. There we go. Let's get Rocket, Gamora. There we go, enough damage. And then triangle. No, this is my first playthrough. I played 2 hours of it about a month ago, and it wasn't on stream or anything like that, so when you're doing the Huddle mode down that, first time I done the Huddle mode, White Wedding by Billy Idol come on, which just made it 100 times better. It just made it amazing.
Hot, heavy! Get it?
Oh, what's Strax up to now?
My great strength was underutilized.
Jesus, crunch that jelly without it being frozen. Not a good idea. The combat's definitely picked up.
Rank is blown off. Ready.
Make them burn!
Make some room.
Now, overwhelm them!
Get back in there, Tiger!
Looks like Drax is throwing stuff at it every so often. Keep an eye in the middle, show the triangle I think.
Warm them, my pets!
That thing must get killer heartburn!
That's the least of its concerns!
What the hell am I supposed to be doing here?
Look, most things run hot. Of course, this thing spits molten core.
It's getting desperate!
Okay, I think I just need
You okay?
to survive all the ads.
Good! Now, feel that heat!
Damn it, my health. Didn't realise it was so low. Right, Drax is throwing something, but I'm just oh, what? I picked up loads of health just before that. I wonder when it's going to restart me. That's the first time I've actually died though. I'm not playing it on hard. Okay,
Ends now! Rain fire!
that's
on
fine.
them!
So checkpointed. That's
Those
fine.
things are hot and heavy! Get it?
triangle attack when it comes in the middle. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that middle part. Thank you, Miguel.
That thing must get killer heartburn! That seems unlikely. Of course! This thing spits molten cores!
What is it that triggers the triangle attack? Is it anything in particular? Or it just kind of once you take out so many of the enemies? There we go. Yeah, I think it's just every so often, isn't it? Oh, missing them. Let's see if I can Gamora to take them all out. That move of Gamora's quite awesome. Right, line this middle. There we go, again. Nice one. Cheers, thank that, Miguel. That was missing. What's going to happen is Gamora going for it. I wasn't sure if Drax was going to jump inside it. Jeez, Lady Hellbender's going to be pissed off now.
Guys, we did it!
They live! Bring me
That was a good boss fight, pretty fun. Different mechanics to it as well, not just like a meat shield or anything like that. I'm going to wind up just once this level finishes.
We still need to get out of here and fast.
That was quite good though. Overall, well this is finishing up. Overall, definitely enjoying it. I'll mention again, playing it early and I got this copy from Square Enix who very kindly gave me it, despite how much I've been trashing Avengers at the moment, so it was nice of them to do that. Really enjoying it. Strengths are definitely for me, the story and the character interactions are amazing. They're up there with the MCU for how funny they actually are. The pacing feels a little bit up and down in places, just with the combat puzzles and then the cutscenes kind of going between them all. Combat for me felt quite slow to start off with, but definitely there. Combat's speeding up a fair bit and getting more enjoyable. And I've only got one element on the elemental gun. As I unlock more of them, that'll make it more complex. But that's a kind of little mini review here, just at the end of the stream. And it would be definitely enjoyable, but if I didn't have streamer mode on and the 80s tracks were playing, and if you're roughly the same age as myself, it's really when you add to the game when the 80s tracks are playing in the background.
Money that you forced us into stealing.
Yeah, well, what about that smash and grab on Zootopia? I didn't hear you complaining then.
Lady Hellbender is not a bank.
Yeah, that's right. Because if she was,
And you've probably got, if you want to go through and see all the different
one problem at a time.
ways the levels can play out as well, there'll be a fair amount of replayability there. That was a 2-hour level, and we could get it playing out
The sooner we get this fine,
pretty different,
better.
because we could have
Yeah,
Groot
so we can
being
go back to
in the
focusing
cage
on
rather
being
than
broke.
Rocket, and that would change how it all
Funny
kicks
all that you
off.
think of, Rodent.
No, I also think about bombs.
And booze.
Bombs made
Better
out of
Star-Lord
booze.
than MCUs.
Nikki,
Is it true?
I think the characters are all
something
done
wrong with the
really well.
connection.
You twist the thingy.
Yeah, no dice. Nikki's your mom around. I really need to talk
This
to
is the
her.
actual stage I played. This is chapter 4. This is the one I played
Frightening.
about a month or so ago.
To the quarantine zone, I snuck aboard and there was dark fog.
Did you try narrowing the band?
First thing I tried, it's gotta be something else. I'm losing you, Nick. Can you put your mom on?
You were
What we'll do, it's just a neat story from here, so we'll wind up here. That was fun. I would,
I think something
at
has
this point,
happened to the girl.
I'd recommend
called
it.
She's
I would
Nova
say I've
Corps.
still got to play more of it. I've only really, I would say
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
only
yeah.
maybe about 4 or 5 hours in. I'm not sure how long it is. Like if it finishes in another 3 hours, then I'm always a bit sceptical about spending like 70 quid in a game. But if it's going to be another 10, 15 hours and the combat's just going to ramp up and the story's going to stay kind of as entertaining as it's been, then I would say it's worthwhile checking out. Let's see this little bit here just before we finish up. Chapter 5, that's what I was on, not chapter 4.
Rocket!
did! It chewed everything! The scut!
It's a good little bit to finish up on, because one of the strengths I was talking about was the cutscenes and how funny they are.
I thought Coral confiscated everything.
Clearly not.
What about your tech, Rocket?
Oh, the gold domes took that all right. But not the stupid llama! And now the Flark in the race Flark because of it.
I promise we'll get it fixed soon.
Yeah, just like you promised. to get
Yeah,
your
good
girlfriend
story.
to go
They
easy on us.
definitely nailed the story.
Okay.
Look at the visuals
That's
in that
not
as well, and the
fair.
characters.
What isn't fair, Quill?
When they
Being
showed the
only
first
one
footage,
who
it didn't
actually
look that
seems to
great,
give a
but up
scuff
close
about
it
the
looks.
llama.
This is on PlayStation 5. It looks
Look, guys,
absolutely gorgeous.
we need the doc to fix the array. Luckily, I know a guy on Nowhere has got the parts.
Oh, the fur on Rocket,
and he can
actually.
get rid of that
Wow.
Nova tracker cheap.
We
On his
cannot
arms.
abandon the child. The behavior was erratic.
The llama thing you chewed the wires dry.
There's any
so it's
questions as
probably
well?
just a bad
Because
connection.
obviously, if you maybe
And if
tuned
we
in
remove the
late,
tracker,
or
Crow
there's
will
any
make sure the entire
things I've
Nova
missed, if you get any
Corps fleet
questions,
all
leave them in the comments below,
Gamora's
because I'll
right,
put
we made a
the VOD up
promise.
this video, and then I can give kind of more opinions on
See if
it
you can pinpoint
as
where
well from
Corral is.
there.
We pay the
Might
fine.
even do a review of it,
Quill,
to be
you
honest,
freaking
once I
kidding me?
finish it. I don't
That
normally do
way,
reviews
we
on the
don't have
channel,
to
but I
keep
might do
looking
that.
over our shoulders for Nova on the next job.
If there is a next job.
There we go, that's us. Nice one. Oh, there's my microphone getting hit there. Cheers, Yorkie. I appreciate it, mate. I think you've been here the full time, so thank you very much for that. It is appreciated.
Better not come back here and try to
And
finish chewing through my
I
ship.
don't know when I'll next do a stream, because you know I don't do them very often. Hopefully I'll have a bit more energy the next time I do one anyway, but it was good to get back and do a video after a little bit of a break. So, nice one. Cheers, everyone. At this point, I would probably say I recommend this game, because I'm really enjoying it. It's been pretty fun.
You think?
And once again, if there's any
That thing's
questions,
gotta come.
leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you about anything, about the game, about Avengers, but whatever. Just let me know. But thanks everyone, have a good one, and I will catch you all later.
We have removed it from its natural habitat. We must now tend to its needs.
Yeah, as if.